Today we're going to talk about representing multiplication in models and also describing some multiplication situations. Before we get started on the activity, I want to just talk to you quickly about what a row is and what a column is. That's going to help us understand multiplication. A row, just very simply, I want you to think of it as objects that are side by side in a line, okay? And then in a column is a group of objects that are going up and down, okay? So this would be a row, and I'm even going to show you with my arm a little bit. This is a row, and this would be a column, okay? And today you are going to need this chart that I have sent to you in an email, and it's also in Teams, attached to Teams. This is an example of a row. So you see a row is a group of objects. Here it's some students and they are side by side. That's a row, okay? A row like this, okay? And this is an example of columns. Columns are objects. So these things here, these pillars is what we call them on a building, are objects that are next to each other, but going up and down, up and down, up and down, okay? And so what I want you to do is to think of something in real life that is an example of a row, and something in real life that is an example of a column, okay? So like, for example, I can think of things outside that might be in rows, okay? I want you to draw a picture of it and then write the name. And there's also something outside that I can think of that goes around my yard that goes up and down. I wonder if you can think of what I'm thinking of, okay? So here's a little bit more explanation in our chart. It said, let's create a model where each row has 9 circles. And it says, how can we model one row of 9 circles? So remember, a row is objects that are side by side, like those circles right there. So there's a row, and this is one row of 9 is the same thing as saying 9, okay? Because you count 9 circles, all right? What if we had 2 rows of 9? So we've got 1 set and then 2 sets, and 2 rows of 9 is 9 and 9. So remember how last week we talked about multiplication is repeated addition? That's 9 plus 9. Anyone know what 9 plus 9 is? It's 18. So 2 rows of 9 is 18, okay? Now, we don't have to know this quite yet. We are just focusing on how multiplication is repeated addition. But if I wanted to show this in a multiplication sentence, I could say 2 times 9, because we are doing 9 2 times. You are adding 9 2 times. So that's how multiplication and addition go together. All right, what about 3 rows of 9? Okay, so we see a row of 9, 9, and 9. 3 rows of 9 is the same thing as saying 9 plus 9 plus 9, and 3 rows of 9 is the same as 27 altogether. If you counted all those circles, it would count to 27, okay? And these are your sentences that describe the multiplication model, okay? Now you are gonna practice, okay? So I want you to use a symbol. You can use these cute little circles. You can use rectangles if you want. You can use squares. You can use triangles, whatever shape you want to use to make rows, okay? So for example, you're going to fill in this chart here. 3 rows of 8. So we've got 8 circles here. That's 1 row. 8 circles here, 2, and then 3 rows of 8, okay? And then you're gonna fill in the sentence. There are 3 rows of 8. I see that 3 rows of 8 is the same as 8 plus 8 plus 8, okay? If you want to, you can tell me how many total circles there are in each of the boxes, but you do not have to. There is not a sentence to tell you how much they are all together, okay? But just practice, okay? All right, guys.